Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today, I want to talk about this crazy market, this bear market, and what I'm looking to invest in during this downtrend. That will gain me. I'm going to get crazy gains. Trust me. Stay tuned. Now, let's talk about what's causing the crash price drops before we even get into these gains that I'm looking to get in these wonderful companies and projects. First, let's talk about the what's causing all of this. We have a lot of fiscal stimulus that, back in C-19 when that happened, and that caused a lot of havoc, and the government decided to fuel some money to stimulate the economy. So those loose monetary policies from the Fed helped fuel the crazy recovery after the C-19 pandemic that took place in 2020. However, now the central bank, because of inflation, is looking to tighten everything up. And now the fire, it's like dousing water, pouring water on the fire. That was this strong economy, strong stock market. Jerome Powell has raised the interest rates by a half percentage point in May, and he's set to raise them again an additional percent through July 2022. Markets are scared that he may be more aggressive with his rate hikes in the future due to the recent CPI number that came out this week. Economists were expecting that it would downtrend, a number down to 8.1. However, it wasn't. It slowed, but not as much as they would like. It got to 8.3. And so based on that number, it came in a little bit higher than economists were thinking. Now the markets are thinking Jerome Powell, although he said he was going to raise, zero point 0.5, that he may go a little bit hawkish and go 0.75. And also in the crypto markets, there was an event, the Terra Luna, which was a stable coin, but it lost its peg to the dollar. And because of that, that caused a lot of commotion, craziness in the crypto market as well. And in the UST, the Terra stablecoin, the founders used Bitcoin as a reserve to help with that peg to the dollar. And because it was going down, they tried to stop the bleeding. They had to sell a lot of their Bitcoin. So that also led to the downtrend in the crypto market. So additionally, we talked about this inflation is continue to be a drag on the economy. Worldwide, it's not only, just to the US, Europe, they're all feeling it, China. And the Fed's efforts to curb it with these interest rates, they are helping, but it's not fast enough. Like I said before, March CPI number was 8.5, April's was 8.3. So, they say that the interest rates are 8.5, 8.3, but you and I both know just every day dealing with everyday transactions, your groceries, the fuel, just going out to the restaurant, it's way more, it's higher than that. Nonetheless, the number that they gave us still not coming down fast enough. So it's something it's going to be continuing to be a drag on the economy, and I don't see an end near. This is also not helping. The China lockdowns. I don't know if you heard, but in Shanghai, there's been a rise in COVID that they're saying, and because of that, they're shutting everything down because they don't want it to spread. If you look here in this article from Reuters, Shanghai malls now they're looking to gradually resume in-store operations. Now I guess the Beijing districts are extending work from home guidance. So the lockdowns have been crazy. If you see some of these news articles of people just locked in their apartments in these buildings and they're out on the balcony just yelling, just wanting to get out, it's crazy. And all of this is having an impact on the supply chain, which further impacts inflation. So if you look here in this article, it says Shanghai will gradually begin reopening businesses such as shopping malls and hair salons in China's financial and manufacturing hub from Monday after weeks and strict COVID-19 lockdown, while Beijing battles with a small but stubborn outbreak. All but shutdowns for more than 6 weeks. Shanghai is tightening curbs in some areas that it hopes makes a final push in its campaign against the virus, which infuriated and exhausted residents of China's largest and most cosmopolitan city. The bear market, it's upon us. I mean, any way you cut it, you look at these numbers. If you look at a year back to now, whether it's stocks or crypto, the numbers are not the same and they're coming down drastically. In this article from Axios, it says, bear markets are not fun, but they are also not the end, usually. The big picture, crypto market is very new. There are risk and shaky technologies, many of which are falling in spectacular fashion. But at the same time, the industry is on firmer footing than it was in 2018. A bear market is traditionally thought of as a time when an asset trades below its prior high of 20% or more, usually accompanied by a lot of pessimism about the near-term future. But this is a nonsensical way to think about crypto. A 20% drop could just be a weird Tuesday, which is true. Crypto, just looking at this week's events, you see Bitcoin at 30,000, then it drops down to 28,000. And this all is within a week. And it's commonplace in crypto. A famous YouTuber, George Young, he says, crypto, the volatility is the price of admission. So you have to stomach that and be ready for that if you want to get into this space. Bitcoin has fallen to less than half of its most recent all-time high of 69,000 from November 10th. That alone is probably enough to call this a bear market. But if it goes below 20,000, which was the prior bull market's all-time high, that would be symbolically powerful. Now, when you get into crypto, or if you get into stocks, I'm not a swing trader. I'm not a daily trader. So I'm a long-term investor type of mind. I have my money set aside, a budget that I have, and I'm thinking 5, 10 years, 15 years down the line. And, when you're investing in crypto and some of these companies that I'm going to mention, that's what I have in mind. So what I do is, for me, this is not financial advice, but this is just a guy who is looking for financial freedom and just trying to build generational wealth for my family. So I'm just hoping to share some of that with you, and maybe I can touch somebody and point them in the right direction. So the crypto bull run, I was thinking, I got into it last year, right when Bitcoin was near its all-time high. And I always thought about Bitcoin and crypto. I kept hearing about it, and I was like, every time I talked about it to somebody, they always said it was a Ponzi scheme, this and that. So it always deterred me from it. But by the time I started doing research and realized that's not what it was. I mean, there are a lot of projects out there that are like that, but if you do your research, there's some gems out there that can make you some good money. And it's also crypto. Some of the projects that have value are here to change the system, here to change the world. It's more than just a money grab, but they're actually looking to do something for the future and help the people. So if you understand that, you would definitely be in the market, and you'll be looking at some of these projects that I'm going to talk about. But I digress. What I was trying to say is that when I got in 2021, I saw all these people making all these gains and talking about all these projects, and I just kicking myself in the foot, just saying, man, I wish I would have just listened and took a risk. But the prices were too high, and I knew that I missed it. And when I see these prices now, it's like a second coming. It's a second chance, and I'm not going to let this chance go again. So this is a good time. If you're thinking of some companies that you want to get into, but it was too expensive, just keep looking at the markets, look at the crypto market, and look at your entry point. Find an entry point. First one I'm going to talk about is Tesla. Tesla is one of the greatest companies, I think, right now that you want to invest in. Just in general, it's a great company. If we look at what the market has done to this price, you see from the yearly chart here that it's down $473.90 from its all-time high. And there's no really good reason for why it's down this much. It's crazy. It's a huge growth stock. Per Elon Musk, his last earning call, he said that he expects 60% growth over the next 4 to 5 years. His call, he also said that he saw good growth in operating margins, and that's looking at the numbers, that is accurate. What's crazy about this company is that they have no advertising expense. You see these other car companies, Toyota, Honda, BMW, commercials all the time. You have never seen a Tesla commercial. They don't need it. The product sells itself. When you have a good product, it sells itself, and that's awesome. They have a 4 or 5 for 1 stock split coming, and we are expecting that probably August, September 2022. The last time they had a stock split, they had it around the same time, so I'm anticipating it's going to be the same time frame. It's the number 1 car company. Upcoming releases, they have the Cybertruck, semi-truck, a Roadster. It's not only a car company. A lot of people think Tesla's only a car company. They have more than that. And most of the money that you're seeing right now is from the cars. Just wait till this other stuff comes out. They have full self-driving technology. They have that chip. They are AI developer, robotics, insurance company, as well as battery and energy company, solar panels and all that. The target that I'm looking for with Tesla, I'm going to nibble at some in between the 750 to 850 range. You could buy incremental shares. But after the split in August, September, that's when I'm going in hard. I'm saving money just for that, so I can get in a good place for Tesla. Great company. Disney is another one. If you look at the yearly chart, it's down $88.41 from its all-time high. And you may think, oh, that's not much of a drop. But if you look at the background, this company, in my opinion, is worth way more than that. Price activity doesn't tell the entire story. The company was really impacted by C-19 when the parks, cruise ships, all of that was shut down because of that. And they're just now getting their footing in those avenues, those revenue streams rather. Imagine if they had no restrictions, that number would be much higher. Price drop can be attributed to a drop in Disney Plus subscribers as well. They recently had a call, and they mentioned that the subscriptions have dropped off and tapered off a bit. But I think in streaming in general, because now things are opening up, you saw Netflix had a bad call as well. I think that that form of entertainment will drop off because people are out and about more. Disney's a trusted company. Disney was there before I was there, before I was born. It'll be here after I'm here. It's a company that has longevity, and I just see future success for the company. There's no reason for it to drop like it is. They have theme parks, like I mentioned before, cruise lines, cruise ships, movies. They own Marvel. They own ESPN, Hulu, Star Wars, National Geographic, and that says ACV, but it should be ABC. Subscribers, they have Disney Plus, which I love myself. My kids love it. But they have 138 million subs, and then for Hulu, they have 46 million subs. ESPN Plus, 22 million subs. My target for Disney is anything under 125, and I'm looking to stack. Bitcoin, this is the number one cryptocurrency, is probably the one that you hear about the most as far as all cryptos. Media loves talking about Bitcoin. It kind of runs everything. It dictates how the market runs. From its all-time high, it's down at the time of this video 50%, over 50% from its high. The high was around 69,000. The lowest that I've seen at the time of the video was 28,000, which is a great entry point. Bitcoin is known as a store of value with digital gold. Basically, it's not really meant for transactions, the daily transaction. It's a store of value. And the reason it's like that is because there's a finite supply of it. It's the number one cryptocurrency, like I mentioned. It's the most popular in terms of market cap. It's the biggest. And when I mention finite supply, it's deflationary, meaning that there's a set number of Bitcoin that's ever going to be produced. In my opinion, I think it's only about 50 million left. They, estimate about 17, but I think due to coins being lost because people don't remember their seed phrases, or just owners of the Bitcoin have maybe passed and didn't share it, I think the number is more like 15. And because it's a good finite supply, it's a good hedge against inflation. If you look at the value of Bitcoin over time, it's just been going up, whereas the value of the dollar has been going down. If you look at here, Will Clemente in the crypto space, he's very respected as a technical analysis guy. He looks at charts. His charts are very good. He stated in this tweet here, for the past few months, I've been saying that it's a great time to DCA heavily into Bitcoin, dollar cost average. Now I believe Bitcoin is very close to a multi-generational galactical pico bottom, where I plan to allocate all my dry powder, which is cash, for my grandchildren's grandchildren. Let me explain. We are very well close to the realized price, which is an aggregate cost of basis for investors that currently sits at 24,000. So at the time of this video, this was at 28,000, and he's saying that the realized price for Bitcoin is 24,000. Adoption, Bitcoin has been growing ever since its inception. You have PayPal, Square, Fidelity. Now they're talking about offering it in retirement accounts. Elon Musk, he owns some. Tim Cook, owner of Apple, he owns some. Tesla as a company, they have some. Tom Brady, Tennessee Titans, NFL teams accepting Bitcoin as payment. You have athletes, pro athletes are asking for Bitcoin instead of salaries. El Salvador not recently, but within the year, recognized Bitcoin as legal tender. Still, and with all of that, it's still very early in adoption. Once the world wakes up and realizes that there's not enough Bitcoin to go around, the price will skyrocket. Just with all the millionaires in the air, in the universe, or in the country, there's still not enough Bitcoin for every millionaire. Just think about that. So once they realize that, wow, this thing has value, just imagine what the price will be. And there's a set amount. So it's easy for me. My target, anything under 30,000, I'm going in. I'm trying to stack some Bitcoin, and over I have a 5-10 year span. That's what I'm looking at, and we'll see where it goes. Last but not least is Ethereum. Ethereum is over 50% down from its all-time high. At the time of the video, it was about 1,962. It was founded in 2014. It's known as the most trusted smart contract cryptocurrency. The market cap is about 256.4 billion. It's only second to Bitcoin as far as market cap goes in the crypto space. You could think of ETH as a decentralized internet with different projects, websites that support decentralized finance and NFTs. Most NFTs are purchased in Ethereum. So I know you've been hearing about NFTs and how big and how successful those things are. People are making a lot of money with them. In most cases, you need Ethereum to purchase NFTs. You pay for them in Ethereum and you receive Ethereum. That's how it works. Ethereum doesn't have a finite supply like Bitcoin because Ethereum is mainly used for currency. However, they did implement a burning mechanism to control the inflation. So it's more of a deflationary thing, but there is an unlimited amount of ETH. Ethereum will be changing the proof of stake from proof of work in the summer or fall of 2022. Adoption, Square, PayPal, ARK Investments with Kathy Wood, she's into it. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from the Shark Tank crew, he's into it, amongst others. My target for ETH is anything under $2,200. So guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoy the content. I'm going to continue to strive to make some good stuff for you guys. And if you like the content, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll let you know when I'm posting another video. You guys take care and stay safe. 1.